Welcome to another installment of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm Vinny,
Hey, yeah, whatever.
and this episode we're talking about Into the Spider-Verse, the original, the one that starts it off, in honor of the new part 2 coming out this week. Stick around, see what we think. Oh, Miles Morales,
What was that?
the tale, the tale of Miles Morales.
Thwip.
The tale of the Miles Morales. We were introduced to the animated version of Miles Morales. Well, mainly the mainstream was introduced to Miles Morales because a lot of us already knew Miles Morales, right? I knew him from like the games and the cartoons and stuff, but we were introduced to a lot more Spider-Man in this movie. So wow, this was Into the Spider-Verse. The first one's Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Where Lord and Miller, after getting fired from Disney, from Solo, they got hired by
I wonder why.
they get hired by Disney, they get hired by Sony,
Yeah.
and they create this masterpiece of a movie. This movie's great. This movie's great.
It's a rewatch.
Wait,
You
it's
can
the same
rewatch
guys?
Yeah, Lord and Miller.
Really?
Lord and Miller, yep. They're the ones that
Oh,
got. They're the ones that
wow.
got fired from the original version of Solo. They remember the version of Solo was never released.
Yeah. So it's Kathleen, what's her name?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, always.
Kennedy.
Yeah. So she done messed up.
Bro, she done ruined Star Wars. I told you guys.
She
I've been
done-
telling you guys that for the longest.
Well, and they're saying she already, and apparently Indiana Jones, the new one, isn't that great either. Apparently.
Yeah, well. Not according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I
I
don't,
mean,
I don't,
come on.
I don't believe that. Anyways, I don't believe any of that. But
You know how I
Did you
feel-
see
you
did you
know
see
how
that
I feel about them.
IMDb stuff too? The IMDb stuff, they're like changing the ratings so that
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody and their mom is getting review bombed because I saw Little Mermaid. I don't know how you took a 90-minute movie and made it 2 hours, and how did you fluff it 45 minutes? But yet it's still the same movie. But
wait, there's fluffers?
they had 45 minutes of fluff.
Oh.
I don't
I
know.
mean, they want to prove that, like, look, we can make this look real too. Just add a bunch of extra stuff, just to be
So,
like, look,
Like the
look,
Lion King, no emotion.
I mean, it's the Little Mermaid. It's not, and it's some of the CGI is not great. It's not a bad movie, but it's not great. But that's diverging from the topic. But yes, Lord and Miller get fired from Solo. Then they're like, then they're like, then they get hired then they get hired by Sony, and then they create Into the Spider-Verse, right? Or probably we're working on it at the same time, but they get fully like invested in this movie, and then they create this, and this movie rivals a lot of the things that Disney has been doing, right? All the animation style,
No rival.
they're like
No rivalry.
like this beat, like at this time now,
It's
like
been destroyed.
well, yeah, the stuff Disney does now, right? The stuff Disney's doing now in regards to animation, CGI, because this went back to like bringing. It was a mixture of like all kinds of animation.
It looked like moving art.
It's because it's a mixture of all kinds of animation. It's not just computer generated. It's all kinds of animation in this one thing.
At points, it feels like you're watching something that was made for 3D, but it's not. You know how you see that extra layer going over the line as it was. No, you don't see it. Am I alone here? No.
It's
Okay, whatever.
it's that pop.
You're alone.
It's that pop art, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pop
I see.
art, right? It's pop art that they did.
Yeah,
It's like a mixture
and
of
it's
pop art
awesome.
with comic book, with all kinds. It's something crazy. It's something beautiful to look at. It's something different, right?
Well,
It's
I mean,
something very
it
different.
helped- It brought forward that same type of animation to go to movies now, like Puss in Boots, and
The new Ninja Turtles is coming out. Mutant
the Ninja
Mayhem.
looks pretty dope. I like it.
It doesn't look great. I mean, I'm interested after I saw the new trailer for it. I'm interested. You
hear Jackie Chan's voice.
I heard Jackie Chan.
He's a total rat. Hey, we don't use that language.
Wait, in the John Cena movie?
Yeah, no, in Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles.
John Cena's in it. Relax.
John Cena's in this one too. So
Yeah, he's Rocksteady, I think, right?
I don't know.
I
I
know
don't know
so.
anything about this Ninja Turtles movie.
Read.
I don't want to. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not you.
Well,
I don't
If it's
enjoy
a-
getting
if
remember
the
spoiled.
Mitch-
articles are not an audiobook, I'm not gonna listen.
Read by Owen Wilson.
Wow,
I don't.
Turtles.
I don't. I'm not like you that likes everything spoiled for me. I'd like to go in like and
Well,
enjoy
same
myself.
animation when it
Fresh.
the same
Mhm.
animation went into Mitchell's versus the Machines.
And that's
So
why I
that was
like.
good,
That's
wasn't
why I
Yeah.
liked it. And
That-
that's
that was
another.
pretty
That's
dope.
another Lord and Miller,
Yeah, it's a
Mm.
really good one too.
right? So they're doing things because they're not like they're just enjoying the animation. They're enjoying the stories. They're really they like telling a story. And that's kind of what they're doing in this one. They're engrossed in the Spider-Man lore. It's
This guy's doing laundry.
it's what it's crazy what they're the story they're telling. It's a multiversal story, right? In
Red shoes.
and it's still.
Put on your red shoes.
Oh my God! Mute your microphone if you're gonna talk to your kids.
Hey, you know what? Yeah.
You've been muted. Yeah. So if you're gonna go ahead and talk to your kids. So it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like the story that they tell, right? It's crazy the story that they tell. Like and it's a coherent story and it's well done. And again, the art style really lends itself really well for this movie. And it's and it's like one of those things where it doesn't have to rely on any MCU. It's its own universe. It's all that.
It works on
Yeah.
its own. It works completely on its own, but yet it's the story's told in a way where if you feel like blending something in, you can, and it'll work no matter what because you're kind of gonna blend it. You're not gonna focus on it being the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And so and it's a really good story. You get the tale of two different Spider-Men in this movie. You get Peter Parker and you get Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Chris Pine,
Well, technically three different Spider-Men.
rest in peace.
You get Peter B. Parker and then Peter Parker, right? You get Chris Pine, you get the other
blonde hair, blue eye, Spider Man.
yeah, you get the death of one Peter Parker to make way for Miles Morales as Peter Parker, and then you get another Peter Parker from the other universe that comes to train this Peter Parker. To train Miles Morales.
It almost sounded like you went Peter Piper, pick a peppers.
Maybe,
Keep going.
perhaps.
Peter Piper, Peter Parker,
Right.
Peter B. Parker, Peter Parker.
And then you get Peter Porker, you get Penny Parker, you get Spider-Man Noir, which is another Peter Parker. You get so many Peter Parkers in this movie, and you get Spider Gwen or
Well, how many Peter Parkers
Spider
you gonna
Woman. You get Spider Woman, right?
Well, how many
Yeah.
how many Peter Parkers can Peter Parker get?
I don't know.
Huh?
You tell me. And there's just
Four.
it's a converging story, right? And you get an engrossing villain with Liev Schreiber's Kingpin, right?
Yeah.
And it's a comic accurate Kingpin, right? Big body, little head.
Yeah.
All solid.
Seriously, and you get a good
I mean, all
use
the
of
bad guys, the Scorpion, Doc Ock.
yeah. You get good use of multiple villains in this movie.
Yeah, and I like the way they give them all different looks here and there, and it just
Mhm.
it looks really solid.
Yeah,
Even with the what's his name, Green Goblin
yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like, holy, he's massive.
You get
Mhm.
you get
Beat the shit out of him.
you get a bunch of different types of like you get the different dimensional versions of the Rogues Gallery that Spider-Man has, and again it's really well done. You get the different types of universe. You get all this other stuff. It's such a well done story, and then plus you get the human, like you get the heart, which is the Miles Morales and his family story. You get
Yeah.
you
I was
get
gonna
the
say, yeah, they get you with the emotion.
yeah, you get that emotion there with the uncle, the dad, the family, because you
And
still
when he finally comes through, you're like really rooting for him and stuff
Mhm.
like that. They did a really good
yeah
job.
you still need that because that's the whole Spider-Man lore. The whole point is that everyone knows that Spider-Man loses Uncle Ben, but
And he's Miles is Puerto Rican, right?
yeah, half Puerto
Okay,
Rican, half
yeah.
black,
Yeah.
right?
I heard he was Dominican.
half Puerto Rican, half black, right? So he's
Que loca.
he's a little so and again,
Because he liked the mofongo.
yeah, there you go. That's all you know. That's all you know. That's all you know.
Que loca, tú quieres una spider web.
No,
What's cacao queso frito?
yeah. So
Bro, this guy.
but you get that heart, man. But then when this movie came out, you get all these action figures. You get the Nikes, the new shoes that just came out, the new kicks that came out.
Those Nikes
are beautiful.
Go stand in line.
No, they already sold out. They sold out in like with the quickness. They're $200. Now they're selling for like over $400. Forget it.
I'm
On
sure
the
they're gonna
resale
sell
market.
for more.
Yeah, in the resale market, they sell for way more. Forget it. It's a lot. I should have bought some.
So go buy some Black Adam.
Go buy
shirts.
some on my eBay page. I have some Black Adams, different sizes. Come buy some. No, but seriously, like there's just so much in this movie like to unpack, because you get the very different types of Spider-Man because of the different multiverse. And this is a different way they did the multiverse, right? Because they didn't do a multiverse. They did just a multiverse of Spider-Man, right? And now with this new one coming out, now you have an even bigger multiverse, because at the end of this movie you get the tease of Spider-Man 2099. You know, the Latino Spider-Man, right? Miguel O'Hara. You get his Spider-Man.
You mean Blade / Spider-Man?
You get his Spider-Man, right? You get that Spider-Man. My Spider-Man 2099, played by Oscar Isaac, right?
Which you can't be doing everything. I mean,
You can do whatever he wants.
him and Pedro Pascal need to, they can say no. They can't say no.
No, they can't. We need jobs.
We who?
I mean,
They're not paying for my bills. I don't care what they do.
Solidarity, my brother. Solidarity.
Solidarity. No, I'm gonna get tired. I'm gonna get bored. Like
You, me, and John Leguizamo.
yeah, just you three. I really don't care.
Give us them jobs.
Hey, whoever's right for the job.
Then one day we'll make Amazon Prime movies, right, Ozzy?
I hate you so much.
No, but
it's Amazon porn.
That doesn't exist.
Oh, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It totally does.
No, it doesn't. On the dark web, look it up. No, but this movie with the sequel coming out, or the sequel that just came out this past weekend.
Don't say nothing.
I'm not saying anything, but with the sequel just came out, and it's just it being a part one, which originally was marketed as part one. Now, if you notice, it doesn't say part one anymore, but it's still a part one, right? Of course, it's still a part one, and that's kind of what's still being said. No post credits anywhere. So if you go to theaters, don't stick around the credits, because there's no post credits, no mid credits.
Well, what? One thing I noticed was in this movie, and even the new one, almost every scene can be like a screenshot of something, like a background for something. You know what I mean? Like you can make that into a poster.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, again, the art style, the animation style is great. The animation style is great in this movie. Yeah, kind of what they've done and what they're building has been amazing, and I will continue to want to watch these movies if they continue to make more, and if they do other avenues, even if they were to go and say, well, let's make a Spider-Man noir, or let's make a Peter Porker Spider-Ham animated series, I would watch it. Right?
They do have an animated short though that leads into him going into this movie.
If they make a series, like if they do these kind of things, I would definitely watch it, because the thing about it is every universe that they show that is it's a different type of animation. That's the reason why it works so well, because it's not just one animation. Every universe is different animations, like different animation styles, which is what I liked.
Color palettes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen like Into the Spider-Verse with the sequel coming out, it's something you should definitely watch, get you prepared for it, right? I think Lord and Miller have done a really good job with the animation stuff that they've been releasing. Even some of their live action hasn't been the greatest, but their animation stuff has been really good, right? the Spider Verse, Mitchell and the Machines, right? And what like they're gonna obviously they didn't direct this one, they didn't direct the sequel, right? I don't think they directed the first one either. They didn't direct Into the Spider Verse, but I think they wrote it and they produced it. But still, I look forward to more stuff that they're gonna put out, right? I look forward to more of their animation stuff. But you should definitely check it out if you have
Solo
not
too.
seen it. Show me the original version. I have a feeling that I mean, I'll defend Solo. I liked it. I still like it. I think it's not a bad movie for what it was.
I mean, it's a bad Han Solo representation, but whatever. You know,
It's
It's-
it's
it's a fine mo-
It's a fine movie. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's fine.
it's a
It is
fine
what it
movie
is.
if you don't say Solo.
Not a fine movie. But on that note,
And on that note, go check out Into the Spider-Verse. Go check out Into the
Across the
Spider-Verse, and then go
Spider-Verse.
check out Across the Spider-Verse.
you won't be disappointed.
You will
with both.
not be disappointed. And then we have to wait almost a year for the sequel for part 3. But it's definitely worth a watch. It's one of those movies that you will not be disappointed with what you see. This has been Vinny.
Nazazi,
And
the Dominican Spider-Man.
We'll see you guys next time.
ra-da-da.
Population.